Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another video, and another video especially on Entertainment Tuesdays. So as you can see, we are wearing matching t-shirts. And we're not twins. But okay, the reason we are wearing matching t-shirts is because, as the title says, today we are discussing Game of Thrones, and these shirts are of course from Game of Thrones. It says winter is coming, which if you have watched or read Game of Thrones, you know it is the Stark house mantra. Winter is coming. And in the end, winter arrived. It only took 8 seasons. Anyway, so today we are discussing our top 5 favorite Game of Thrones characters, and maybe we'll do a video about our top 5 least favorite characters, but you know, that's gonna have to wait for now. And just a little side note, we are talking about the characters here, not the actors playing the characters, the actual characters. So imagine the characters in the book, okay? Not the actors themselves, the characters. Did we get that? We get that?
Yes,
got
I get that.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the characters we are discussing, not the actors. Okay. I said it 3 times. I think by now you should understand where I'm coming from. So, to decide who goes first, we're gonna have a friendly game of rock, paper, scissors. The first person to win can decide if they want to go first or second. So let's go. Rock, paper, scissors. He wins. Would you like to go first or second?
I would like to go second.
Second, okay, so he's going second, okay. So we're gonna start at number 5 of my top favorite Game of Thrones characters. Number 5, I said Bronn, the sellsword, because, you know, he's one of the characters that, yes, he does things for money, but he's always honest, okay? And I feel like in Game of Thrones, there is a lot of lying going on, because, you know, sometimes they just lie because it's fun, sometimes they lie because they're actually gonna kill you. It's weird, but Bronn is just always honest because he just does not care. If you're paying him, he's doing what you want him to do, and he's just honest, he doesn't care. And that's what I really like about him. If we can just have more people that are just honest and don't care, that would be fun. So Bronn is really an inspiration to all of us, not to stab people for money, but to just be honest to people. So not the stabbing people part, the being honest part. So that's why I like Bronn. He was just a fun character, always honest, and I think he did a great job at bringing in some comedy into Game of Thrones, which was not at all a comedic show. But he managed to bring in a couple of funny moments.
Yep.
So I had to pick Bronn as one of my favorites. So now, sir, it is your turn. Who is your number 5?
Okay, my number 5, you would frown upon, but I would have to say it's Joffrey Baratheon. Now you might say, why is Joffrey Baratheon your favorite character?
One of them.
One of them, sorry. Now, the reason is, from the get-go, you know he's bad, and he never changed, and he just stayed the same, and he never changed.
Consistently horrible.
He's consistently horrible, and he didn't change his character. He didn't let anyone change him. He just stayed true to who he is, even though he was a
bad person.
Even though he was a horrible person, he stayed true to his character, and that's what I liked about him.
So liking him based on consistency. That's a good. See, mine, you can say, well, I chose a murderer technically, but my reasoning was he was an honest murderer. So with Game of Thrones, the lines are kind of blurry, okay? Because basically everyone just kills people, if you think about it. So let's not think about the murdering part that much, okay? So his favorite character, one of them, is a horrible person, but at least he's consistently horrible. So we're going to make sure that, you know, it's about consistency here. That's why he chose him. Okay, so let's move on from that. We are going to number 4 of our top 5 favorite Game of Thrones characters. Mine is Arya Stark, and I don't know how you pronounce it. It's either Arya or Arya. I don't know if you pronounce the R or not. You choose, okay? It's Arya Stark, the girl who just kills people which is fun. Okay, but basically she goes through a lot. She sees her dad being killed in season 1. If you were not like wanting spoilers, well, too late.
Too late.
You should not have clicked on this video. I mean, season 8 ended forever ago, so that's really on you. Okay. Anyways, so her dad got killed. She kind of had to pretend to be part of like people going to the night watch. She had to survive in those areas, and you know, it was tough. And then she went to Mr. No One to get trained and, well, tortured at first. Well, I consider it torture.
Very much.
And then actually she learned to be a badass. She fought people and she killed the Night King.
Hey.
How's that for girl power? I mean. So I had to put my girl Arya Stark in there because I like her and she's cool, and she killed the Night King because that's cool. So yeah, that is why I chose her for number 4. And who is your number 4, my lord?
Okay.
I'm trying, but don't do the accent. Don't. It's gonna be bad.
I'm very
for
bad
both
at
of us.
accents. Yeah.
We're horrible at accents. Like, I can do them, but then I'll say it's like an English accent, and then I sound like someone from Australia. So let's not.
True. Let's not do that.
Okay.
Yes.
So number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is let's just say this character he had only one line, and it was his name was Hodor.
Ooh, you gotta love Hodor.
I mean, who doesn't love Hodor? He was
Hodor.
Hodor. Like, we can speak Hodor, but you know, we won't understand what you're saying. But he was there supporting. He just obeyed every rule, and he was there to support whenever you needed support. He was there to back you up. And yes, you might not have understood him all the time, but he was there. His intentions were real, and he was there to protect you.
He held the door.
He held the door. Just don't say those 3 words. I might
Let's just have a moment of silence.
Moment of silence.
Okay, because we don't want the video to be too long.
True.
So,
but yeah, that's why I would say he's he's number 4, because he was just such a true character. He's just a good person. He never.
No, he was an innocent. He was one of the innocent characters. You don't have a lot of innocent characters in Game of Thrones. He was one of them, and his goal was protecting Bran. That was it, and he did it.
And he was actually one of the heroes, if you wanna call him that.
True that. Hodor the hero.
Yes, Hodor the hero.
Okay,
number 3.
So now we are at number 3, which is kind of in the middle. So cool. Okay, so number 3 for me is also, well, I guess you can also call him a lovable giant, although he's smaller than Hodor, but he's still pretty big in the horizontal sense. Sam. Because you gotta love Sam.
We all need a Sam in our life.
Yes. If you have watched Supernatural or Lord of the Rings, you get that reference. So now, Sam. He likes to read. I like to read. I feel like we can relate. I also like to eat. So I relate to Sam. And Sam is a good guy. And he is kind of the unsung hero. I mean, he protected, what's her name again? Now I'm gonna look horrible. What's her name? Gilly. And her child. He actually killed a White Walker. So even though people don't think he's brave, he's brave when he needs to be brave. Okay? And he reads. Did I mention that? He likes books. I like books. So I like Sam. And that's about the explanation. You don't need more of an explanation because it's Sam. Okay? You gotta love Sam. Okay, so what is your who is your number 3 favorite character in the Game of Thrones series?
Well, talking about height, not in the horizontal sense, but in the vertical sense, is Tyrion, our favorite dwarf, or whatever you want to call him. He's just a very smart character, and you know, you just know when he opens his mouth, he's going to say something smart and something,
or insulting.
Yeah, but he might say it in such a way where you don't feel insulted.
Because it's funny.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, he drinks and he knows things. And that's just one of the reasons he's one of the top characters. You know, even though he knew his family was bad, he always tried to find middle ground. He always was like he tried to protect the peace. You know, he tried to negotiate with both sides, and though it didn't go all the time, it didn't go his way, but he always tried. He stuck to it.
And he also reads, so
yes,
that's fun.
That's one way to get smart, I guess.
Yeah, true. True. Tyrion. And he actually made it to the end.
Yay!
Which is actually why we can make this video, because Game of Thrones is over, and no characters can die anymore. Because you know, if you had a favorite, they probably died. Also, I do hope George R.R. Martin is not watching this video while writing his final book for the last 50,000 years and kills all of my favorite characters in the books just to be funny. But
True.
I'm hoping that won't happen.
He's taking quite a while.
It is. It's been over a decade. I'm just saying. Okay, but let's move on. So we're at number 2. It is the top 2 already, and my second favorite Game of Thrones character is Lady Olenna Tyrell.
Okay.
Queen of Thorns. Gotta love her. She killed Joffrey. She did.
Yeah, she did.
Poison. It was fun. On his wedding day.
How sad.
I mean, what can I say about her? She's just very straightforward. Okay, she says things just like they are. And the way she kind of stood up to Cersei was just, it was very satisfying. Okay, because she was mean, but it was cool.
Trust me, you don't want to get on the bad side.
No, if you are on her bad side, don't drink or eat anything. Just don't, or breathe near her. Just to be safe. Like, go across the sea to somewhere else where she is not. But Olenna Tyrell was just an old lady, but she was awesome. She killed Joffrey, which, yay. And she stood up to people. She said what she wanted to say when she wanted to say it, and she didn't care what other people thought when she said it. She was like, I don't care. You are mean. I don't like you. And yes, I did kill your son, but he was evil, so, you know, she was honest, straightforward, you know, a little evil, but you need to be a little evil in Game of Thrones, otherwise you won't survive.
That's all you have to
which kind of she didn't, but she made it very far. Okay. So, yes, my second most favorite character is Olenna Tyrell. Who is yours?
Well, I have to say it's Peter Baelish.
Ooh.
Though many people didn't like him.
You mean nobody liked him? Nobody liked him.
But, you know, we never really know even his family line, but he was just, the fact that he made it so far in the story is just mind-boggling. He's not a fighter, he can't fight to save his life, but yeah, he used his brain power. He's just such a smart character, and, you know, he also played both sides. They never really knew what his intentions were, but you just knew he was just for him. Not for anyone else, but him.
He was looking out for number 1, which was himself.
And in Game of Thrones, I guess that can be a smart thing to do, because...
Since everyone dies.
Yes, since it's a very tough time, it's very difficult to stay alive.
So you've got to look out for yourself.
You've got to look out for yourself. So that's it. And he just, you know, you can't forget about him. He's just there, you know.
Yeah. He was a good character. I have to admit, I didn't like him. But if you look at the things he did and the fact that he survived as long as he did, pretty cool. And he shoved someone down a hole to fall to their death. That was fun. See?
And he got someone, and he convinced that person to lie for him. So, you know, who really was the powerful one here in the story?
Yeah, he was conniving and manipulating, but that makes a good character. I do agree, especially in Game of Thrones, where those are good qualities to have. Okay, guys, it is time to reveal our favorite Game of Thrones character of all time. If I had a drum, I would give a drum roll. I do not have one. Stop that. Okay, so I had to hold it back because I was very upset that he was only 3rd on your list. But my very favorite character of Game of Thrones has to be Tyrion Lannister. Okay, not only is he our favorite dwarf, which, I mean, he is, but like you said, he drinks and he knows things. Okay, he knows a lot of things. And a lot like Peter Baelish, he knew how to play the system, but he did it very smartly. Like, people knew he was the smart one. They knew he was the brain. And despite his small stature, he managed to survive 2 battles. Because he was in the Blackwater one, where someone, well, his sister indirectly tried to kill him, which, I mean...
Unsung hero.
Like, no bad blood, I promise. And the other one where he was with his father and he had to be carried on a shield. So, I mean, and he's smart. I am someone who, even though I do exercise, do rely a lot more on my brain to help me get through stuff. So I have to relate to a character who uses their brain to get through the most deadly series, one of the most deadly series in the world today, because everyone dies. So he survived till the end, he made it till the end, and he has to be my favorite character. And George R. R. Martin, please don't kill him in the last book, please. He survived the series, so you can't kill him.
No, you can't.
Okay, you can't. Just don't. Just don't do it. Okay. So Tyrion, he's smart, he drinks, he's funny, he's witty, he's sarcastic, and despite being very small, he managed to survive 2 battles. His sisters attempted to kill him. I mean, he's just an all-around cool character. So that's it. That's my explanation. So,
if you want to look at the Irish, I guess he was like a lucky charm, because everyone tried to kill him, but they just couldn't kill him.
In Game of Thrones, you know, they said if you rub the head of a dwarf, you'll be lucky or something. Yes. I think that was a saying. So he was probably a lucky charm. Not to Daenerys, because she died.
That's the only thing. But did she touch him on the head, though? She
didn't. That was a mistake. She had to rub that hair. Then she wouldn't have died. So, you know, that's on her. Okay, sir, your favorite Game of Thrones character of all time is?
My favorite character is Ramsay Bolton.
Ooh, I almost forgot about it. Why do I sense a theme here with you just picking all the horrible people?
You know, it's just they played the characters well, and with Ramsay, he wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. You know, like Joffrey was like, he was a mama's boy. That's true. He hid behind Cersei Lannister. But with Ramsay,
he did slap her once.
And Ramsay, he didn't care about it. If no one's there, he get his hands dirty. He do it himself. You know, he's like he didn't care. And although you might, you know, his intentions were to evil. He was evil. He was power hungry, but he wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. And I think as a villain, he just played it. He was a very good villain. He was a very powerful villain, and you know, he made it far, but in the end, you know, he was the problem with his leadership style was that no one really followed him as a good leader. It's more that they feared him, and then in the end, he made his untimely demise. But as I said, he was just a fantastic character, and he was a good bad guy. That
actually reminds me of a quote. It was one of the kings. I think it was a King Henry, I don't know. But I watched the Tudors, and this guy said it. He's like, is it more important for my people to love me or fear me? And I always thought that it's better for your people to love you, because people will fear you only for as long as they have something to lose. When you've taken everything away, they will not be scared anymore, and they'll just come after you. Yes. But when they love you, have you seen the insane stuff people do for the people they love? It is crazy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, love is blind.
And also, Ramsay did keep his dogs well fed for most of their life. So since he took care of his pets, I have to like that part. Although he did not feed them for 7 days there at the end. Actually, he did. You know what? You have to look at that. He sacrificed himself to feed his dogs.
What a good leader. Actually, he was a good leader.
See, he took care of his pets.
He took care of his pets.
So let's not judge the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And just an honorable mention, because technically they're not people, so we can't really classify them as characters. We give a shout out to the dragons and the dire wolves, who, without whom this series would not have been possible. You can't deny that they were awesome. Okay, so that is our top 5 favorite Game of Thrones characters. If you want us to do a video where we talk about our least favorite characters, leave a like or a comment, because that would be fun as well. And I think we'll actually have some disagreements there as well, because, you know, different perspectives and all that. So leave a comment and leave a like. If you want to comment your favorite Game of Thrones character and tell us why you like that specific character in Game of Thrones. And yes, that is it for today's video.
Yes.
And we will see you again next week. And remember, winter is coming.
Winter is coming.